A couple of things with regards to the Miami Dolphins and running back for the Minnesota Vikings, Dalvin Cook. A report from Albert Breer that said the Dolphins almost traded for Dalvin Cook back in March, and then now that the Miami Herald's Barry Jackson reported in his OTA network that it is a possibility for him to wind up with Miami if ultimately released here. How do you view the situation with Dalvin Cook right now?
Well, look, he's due to make $10 million, and he's a really good player, and he fits in what Miami does. He gives them that little bit of a Christian McCaffrey, if you will, the ability to be a runner but also a receiver in their backfield. You just say, well, they have Mosset. They drafted a kid, Arkleen from Texas A&M. They've got Jeff Wilson in there. How does it all work? Well, you could kind of use Cook in a lot of different ways, and he's an explosive player. Look, Miami finished 31st in the league last year in rushing attempts, so their head coach didn't call many running plays. Dalvin Cook's a good runner. I don't think Dalvin Cook needs to be the full-time runner, the 30-carry-a-game guy or the 20-carry-a-game guy, but his impact as a weapon in the passing game is dynamic. I think Washington, and I'll have this argument with Doc Walker, I think Washington would be really smart to go after Dalvin Cook, because that would help Sam Howell get him a weapon in the backfield to offset some of the things. Robinson, okay, good player. Gibson, good player. Neither elite, both averaged under 4 yards a carry. I think they need an explosive player. When they had J.D. McKissick, they were really good. They signed McKissick, and then he got hurt, and he couldn't pass the physical. So, look, I think Miami, as Barry Jackson talked about, will only go after Cook if he's a free agent, meaning his contract has been cleared, and they'll negotiate with him. I don't know why Washington wouldn't try to negotiate and get a deal done with Minnesota and then just figure out so it keeps him away from going home to Miami.
Yeah, I think that would make a lot of sense. Washington wasn't a team that, at least based on a lot of the insider reports I had heard Miami, I'd heard Denver, I heard the Jets a little bit here. 4 straight years, though, for Dalvin Cook with over 1,300 scrimmage yards. Everybody, right? You're not wrong. Is there any chance that he were to stay with Minnesota? Is that possible?
No, because I think you need the cap room. There's the Minnesota. I think there's 3 teams this year that are in. Minnesota's in cap hell. Tampa's in cap hell, and so are the Rams. And when you're in cap hell, if you get injuries, you have to have money to account for it, or else you're going to go down to 50 players as opposed to 53. You need the cap room, and I think Minnesota, now that we're in June, will make a decision on Cook before training camp starts.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.